Welcome to another episode of the Traveling Annotated Books Vlog series. In my hand, I have the next book that we were supposed to read. I haven't opened it yet because I want to do a live reaction. All right, here we go. My handy dandy knife. I'll cut myself because these things are freaking sharp. Oh, she wrapped it up in tissue paper too. Okay. Okay. The reader that picked this, she doesn't really like fantasy. She's traditionally like a thriller girly. Sometimes she reads dark romance. Let's see what she picked. Ooh! Lucy Foley, The Midnight Feast. So I have read the guest list by Lucy Foley, and I was not impressed. I really hope that this does not disappoint. I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about this on YouTube. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But it's already made it through 2 readers, and look how many tabs there are. My goodness. That is quite a lot of tabs. Okay. Huh? Let's read it. Good morning. I am currently reading I guess you can't see it. I don't have the cover on it, but The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. This has been really fun to do these annotated book series with a thriller mystery kind of thing, because you can speculate in your annotations who you think did it, and then like you pass it on to the next person, and maybe you're leading them astray, or maybe like they have a better idea of what's going on. Right now I'm about 100 pages in, and this book is interesting. So first of all, this is my second Lucy Foley book. The first one I read was The Guest List, and I did not like it. Like, I think I gave it like a 2.5 stars. Like, I didn't really care for it. This book is slightly better. This book is about a woman named Francesca, and she opens up the Manor. The Manor is this luxury hotel, and after the grand opening weekend, it is burned down to the ground. So you're trying to figure out who and why and how. You're following different points of view. So we have Francesca, who is the owner. It might be Francesca, I don't know how to pronounce it. But you have her. She is the owner of the manor. It is her family property that she has renovated into this hotel for this purpose for her. She also owns like wellness retreats and stuff like that. She is very well-to-do and into crystals and finding herself and meditation, and she's all about positivity and light, and I think it's a complete facade. Then we have the perspective of Owen, who is Francisca's husband. He is the architect for the project, and they end up getting married very quickly. He is obsessed with his wife, like unhealthily. He's like, my wife is perfect. And even his therapist was like, nobody's perfect. And he stopped going to his therapist because he didn't want to hear it. Like, Owen is just drinking that Kool-Aid that his wife is beautiful, perfection, but he has a lot to hide too. And then we have the perspective of Eddie. Eddie is a local boy who was hired to work to do the dishes at this hotel, and he ends up getting wrapped up with one of the guests. Eddie lives next door to this property, and Francisca is trying to buy his family's farm. It's kind of a little motive of making sure her business does not go great. And then we have Bella, who is a guest. but she says that that's not her actual name. It turns out that she knew Francesca when they were teenagers. So about 100 pages in, something happened when they were teenagers, and things are getting very interesting. There's a lot to unpack. Everybody's hiding something. It's interesting. I'm actually invested in this one because I feel like I can relate to at least Eddie and Bella. Like, I don't really care about Owen or Francesca, but Bella and Eddie's characters, they're more relatable, and I like that. Like, I like when I can have some sympathy for a character, and that makes it a little bit more worth picking up, in my opinion. But today, my plan is to hopefully finish this book. I don't know, we'll see. It's about 350 pages, and I'm only on page 110. So we'll see how quickly I can read. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I will say, this is a super quick read. I definitely don't want to spoil anything in this book because I want you guys to be able to enjoy the mystery if you decide to pick this book up. But I am curious to see if my fellow annotating buddies have figured out the mystery. There's a lot of people with a lot of different motives, a lot of suspects on my list. Anyway, I will check back in a little bit. I had to check in, and I needed to grab my red pen so I can color in my little flag drawing. Oh my god, the gasp I just gushed. Guys, this book is taking a turn for the worst, but what made me gasp was there was two characters that were very unlikely to start making out with each other, and they started making out with each other after he choked her. What? Yeah, that's why I gasped. Things are happening in this book. I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but man, just that part of this book. That's why I need my little red pen. I'm gonna color in my red flag here. Yeah, had to color in my little red flag. It says "bruh." Okay, so things are developing. I'm 190 pages in. Things are developing. Things are happening. People are not who they say they are. It seems like everybody has a connection to this town. And everybody has a little bit of a backstory with Francesca. And she doesn't seem to really recognize these people from her past. Which, I mean, if you're just that self-absorbed, totally makes sense. But dang, her facade is cracking. She can't even meditate appropriately. She went to go see the woman that's deemed as like a witch, and they actually did this like weird scrying thing. It kind of reminded me of the Pensieve from Harry Potter, but she cracked an egg into a bowl, and then she like basically stuck her face in the bowl and like looked at the egg whites in the bowl. I don't know, it was interesting. Seems like this town's lore goes very deep. I really wish that there was more detail about that, but I'm not done yet. I'm only about halfway through, a little over halfway through. And shit's already hitting the fan. Like, how much more am I gonna get? I just needed to check in because that scene just like literally made me freak out. And my dogs were like, "Are you okay?" I'm good, but man, Lucy Foley, are you good? Girl. Okay. Also, this book is very British, so I'm having to Google a lot of things like Horlicks and what 30 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit. It's 86 degrees if you're curious. Some of the slang like naft, I'm finding very interesting. I'm getting a little cultural education as well. I will check in. Hopefully, I will finish the book tonight, but I don't know if I'll check in before then. But yeah, I had to come tell you about the gasp I just gushed. We're finally to the night of the feast. Finally. And you know what just happened? Before we got to the feast, they literally dug up something crazy. I don't want to spoil anything, but Bella found this map, and the map led to something crazy. We're not even to the evening of the feast, where things go awry and things are on fire. Okay, I'm really liking this book. I will say at first it was hard to get into because all of the characters had this really weird run on narration in their heads. And that part was kind of annoying because it was slow. Like there was nothing in the plot. It was just literally like you would spend a couple chapters stuck in these characters' heads and like one thing would happen in that whole chapter. However, now things are progressing and they're escalating quite a bit. And there's still more to come. I'm excited to keep reading this. I have to stop and make dinner, but I'm only 100 pages from the end of the book, and that is crazy to me. Like, I didn't think I would read this whole book in the day. Like, I started at page 94 today. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to make some dinner and then read some more this evening. Dinner was delicious, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you that I only have about 70 pages left in this book. Yeah, there was this crazy twist that none of us saw coming. I'm the third one to annotate this book. And so the one that picked the book out and the one before me that read this, we didn't see the twist coming. And it's just like a little twist. Like there's still more to come. So we still need to figure out who set the fire. I think that there's multiple players in this though. I think that there are multiple people that could do it because there's a lot of motive, because Francesca's not really a likable character and she has done a lot of evil things in her life. With that being said, I'm not sad that her business is about to go up in flames, and yeah, basically she's about to get what she deserves. There is some stuff that's not really making a lot of sense to me. There's a character that when Bella is a teenager, she describes as she's older, she's cool, she's still youthful though. Well, it turns out that she was a teenage mom and was raising one of the other characters that appears in Bella's teenagehood, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like the math isn't mathing because Bella in the present day is 30 and one of the characters says that she looks old, but then this character from Bella's teenage years is 29 and has a 13-year-old son, and the math doesn't math. The 29-year-old can hang out with the teenagers and they don't think that she looks old, but the 19-year-old says that Bella looks like an old lady. I don't know. I have an issue with that, especially coming from somebody in their 30s, a young 30s. Okay, the math isn't mathing. Okay. Sorry. I just took offense to that. But anyway, I am enjoying this, and I don't think I'll finish it tonight. I'll probably try to finish it tomorrow before work. But I have about 70 pages left, and I am excited to tell you my final thoughts on it tomorrow. I will see you then. I finished it. I'm so glad that I read this. This book was a lot of fun. I think that reading it with other people made it more entertaining when I could like read something in the text and then read somebody's reaction. I will say the beginning was very slow. There was chapters where like I could sum up the action in like one sentence, and I didn't really like that. Then later on, pace picked up, the plot picked up, the plot thickened quite a bit. Nobody was who they appeared to be, and I was eating it up. And then the end happened, and there was a lot of plot holes in the end, I felt like. But overall, I gave it a 3.5, which is probably more than I gave her last book. I don't remember what I gave the guest list, but this was fun for entertainment purposes. I really enjoyed it. Um, I'd recommend it if you want a quick, easy thriller that you don't really have to think too hard about. This is fun. I think some of the plot twists were a little predictable, but other than that, I had a good time reading this. That's all I really have to say about it. So if you were thinking about picking this up, I would recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read this book and what you thought of it. If you haven't read it or don't know what to comment, comment the sun emoji because it is about to be July. It is officially summertime, and this book was set during the summer solstice, so I feel like this was the perfect week for me to read this book. Anyway, I will see you guys soon in a new video. Happy reading! And the manor is this like luxury hotel suite kind of thing. There is the hotel, and then there are some outhouses it's not really an outhouse, like housing outside, like kind of like a cabin you can rent. How many times am I going to say like, Abby? Oh, you stupid pen, why aren't you working? Come on, pen. Okay, there we go.